Welcome to Geeks Corner. I'm Mr. Daps.
I'm Caitie.
And we are excited for you to geek out with us tonight as we cover Cruella, the Jungle Cruise trailer, Avengers Campus, people coming to Disneyland from all around the country, all those fun things tonight on Geeks Corner. And if you'd like to participate, what should you do, Caitie?
Go to geekscorner.live. And from there, you could participate in the chat. Also, you can go on Twitter, use hashtag Geeks Corner. Either way, talk to us.
They will be good. We like comments. That's always a lot of fun. And also, if you're going to be booking a Disney trip anytime soon, make sure to do that through Mouse Travels, our partners in travel. They are the best. You can go to mousetravels.com/dapsmagic, and then you can help support shows like this and also get a great deal with lots of extra magic. Thanks to Matthew. Tell him we sent you, and he will take care of you.
It's true. That was good.
How was that? No notes.
You're very good at this.
I'm like, we played a game on the Fat Cat Swingers show a few weeks ago where they had, maybe it was last week, I don't remember, but they had to, basically it was called Sell or Flop. And the different guests had to sell me on these ridiculous items. And so now I've got this in my head of like, oh, they were selling really ridiculous things. And this is something I actually like. So
you should be on YouTube. I don't know if anyone's ever.
What is this tube of views?
I'm just saying. I think you'd be good at it.
Okay.
So, hi guys. Welcome to our show.
I think you should say that like Rizzo.
Hello, welcome to my pack.
But
I
show.
can't do a
like
good.
You could do show.
I
It'd
can't
be great.
do a good Rizzo. I'm sorry.
Okay, that's fine. So we watched Cruella over the weekend, and we won't spoil it for anybody who hasn't seen it yet, but we will tell you our thoughts about this new live-action retelling of a Disney animated classic. First off, let's start really big picture. Mm-hmm. How many thumbs up would you give it?
One.
Just one up and one down, or one sideways?
Like sideways.
Okay, so 1.5.
Yeah. And I know that's an unpopular opinion.
You're so unpopular. No, I don't know.
I am very unpopular, but I don't think it's a bad movie.
I think people would disagree with you on that, but keep going.
I don't.
Let us know in the comment how popular Caitie is.
No, don't say nice things.
All the
to
Caitie
me.
love tonight.
Don't
It'll be a blast.
Say nice things to me. I'll cry.
In fact, after the show, come back and put it in the comments so it stays around forever. And you can say what's great about Caitie. It'll be fun. Anyway, the show, Cruella.
The way you're making me want to cry right now.
Star Wars cry or
no, like emotional cry. It's been a long week, guys.
I'm trying to picture what movie that would be.
Anywho,
Cruella.
I liked the fashion a lot.
Mm-hmm.
I liked the story, especially when I got to like the third act and the story kind of like picked up
mm-hmm.
and started wrapping up and making a lot more sense. I just felt like the first 2/3 of the film was a little slow. And I felt like it was fun. I just didn't feel like there was a very like progressive plot per se. The other thing, my biggest complaint, because I have the attention span of a goldfish, this is really long. Like that, I think that's my biggest issue. Is I think that none of my other issues would even be issues if it was like an hour 45. You know what I mean? I don't know. Anything over 2 hours, I'm just like, oh, guys, no.
So my turn, right?
Because people
Do you
are
want me to talk?
nice to me.
You don't have to look at the chat. I'll look at the chat.
Okay.
So I actually really liked Cruella, which is surprising because usually I'm the more critical of the two of us when it comes to movies. And I actually thought for the most part, there were a couple moments that I was like, I don't know if we need this. It's a little bit slow. So I do think there were moments in the first 2/3 that had that. Like, I don't think I would say the first 2/3 were slow, but I would say there was a couple of moments where I was like, this could pick up, or this could have been skipped, or whatever.
Agreed. It'd have been great deleted scenes.
Yeah. Well, no, they didn't need to be deleted scenes. They were fine. But I actually, over the top, I was like, 2 thumbs up. It's one of the better live action retellings, I think. We compared it with in the category of like Cinderella, I think is fair.
Yeah,
like it's up in
fair.
that level of like really well done live action reimagining.
I don't disagree with you at all.
And I actually liked what they did with the characters. Mm-hmm. I liked how I didn't feel like it took away from the original 101 Dalmatians or the other incarnations of the film that or story that we've seen. In fact, I thought it very well lent itself to living in the universe that we already know, even though the time is very different. My biggest complaint now, though, is the car. So we went to downtown Disney on Sunday to see the car because I actually really liked the car. I actually
did.
Throughout, I thought there was lots of vehicle choices through the movie that were really great.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, as interesting as the wardrobe was throughout the film, the cars were great, and I actually would add to this, the soundtrack was equally great.
Oh my gosh, soundtrack was one of the highlights.
I will say, I think at times the songs went too long. That's what it was. That actually was what it was. Because it's like, oh, this is this was, interesting. But so we went to see this car, and it's a Panther DeVille that was made in 1980. If you read about the film, it's supposed to take place in the 70s.
It's true.
And so that just didn't connect right with my brain.
Mr. kind of been upset about this.
It was bugging me a little bit. I'm like, why would you take a car that was made however many years later and make it right in the middle? I don't know.
The funniest part of all of it was that I am standing pretty far away from the car, trying to let other people have a chance to see it. Mr. Daps is taking photos.
Having fun. Yeah.
Yeah. He walks back up to me and he goes, it says it's 1980. I was like, is it the movie? And he goes, 1970s. He was so, and like literally we were like walking away.
Those are the kind of things that really bug me, is don't say it's from an era and then like, oh no, I'm just going to do. So it wasn't, and it's still a really cool car. Like if you get the chance, go to downtown Disney, check out the car. You can get right up close to it, get some great pictures. And it's
playing music from the movie, which is fun.
They did a great job. And the car is beautiful, and it's really not a real issue, but it is one of those things I'm just like,
It just doesn't sit right in your brain.
So yes, that is true. Yeah, there was a couple of things that the continuity of the era just didn't work, and it could have been worse. But overall, I thought the characters are great, music's great, cars are great.
It also did one of the best things that a live action Disney movie could do for me, which is make me go, I really want to go watch 101 Dalmatians now.
Yeah.
Like, I think that's one of the best things, especially these prequels or setups or whatever you want to call them.
Reimagining. Mike was reminding us that it's technically a reimagining.
Yes.
It's a reimagined prequel.
Yeah, a reimagined prequel to the movie that has sequels.
Yes.
Anywho. But it made me want to go watch 101 Dalmatians.
Yeah.
Like, it feels like it leads very nice. Well.
And there were some really nice moments that fans of the original animated show are just going to be like geeking out about, me very being much one of them. Like, I thought they did a really nice job. And I think the nicest compliment I can give it is it fit the bill for a Disney live action film of just about any era. It had its corny moments. It had its really poignant moments. The thing I also really liked about this is I didn't walk away thinking about the original 101 Dalmatians, about how sorry I felt for Cruella.
Yeah.
Because that's the problem with Maleficent, is I actually like Maleficent just being bad.
Yeah.
Like, I like her being scary and unknown, and I don't know why. And then my imagination can wonder, how bad is she for real?
Yeah.
As opposed to realizing, oh no, she's actually just hurt.
Yes.
And she can still be hurt, but I kind of want to be scared of her. And with this in Cruella, she truly continues to develop into that villain that we know and love in the parks and in the movies. And we definitely do need to add 101 Dalmatians to the DAPS watch list. And also we need to add, I'm going to throw this in, even though it wasn't in the show tonight. We do need to add the Mighty Ducks as well.
Even though it's not the era that we've been watching.
No, but I did just finish the Mighty Ducks Game Changers season 1, and it is ridiculously true to the original. I loved it.
Did you see Bailey's suggestion on Twitter this week? Happiest Millionaire.
We could do that too.
There's a lot of things. But yes,
my dad really likes that one.
Bailey, we do have to add to the list because yes, I haven't seen 101 Dalmatians. So, yeah.
Anyway,
sorry.
But no, it was a very well done movie, and definitely worth watching the original now because of that. It's been inspired. And then hearing what you think about this movie because of the other one. Rocketeer would also be a great DAPs watch.
Rocketeer! I've heard
we're going to run out of
things.
Sundays really fast. We're going to have to like, I don't know what we're going to have to do.
We're going to have to become the Doctor.
Speaking of movies, though.
It's supposed to come on Disney Plus.
It's coming on Disney Plus very soon because I just wrote about it like a week or two ago.
It's this month at some point.
And next month, Jungle Cruise will be arriving. I believe you have to pay Premier Access if you want to watch it on Disney Plus.
I think so too.
Or you can go to the theaters on July 30th. But they did release a new trailer since we last had a Geeks Corner, which is always fun. And we watched said trailer. And do you want me to go first?
I mean, you already know what I'm going to say.
We're going to say the same thing, basically. I watched this, and he's like, huh, this really feels like the rumors of a Pirates of the Caribbean movie that was supposed to be made that didn't end up being made.
Yep.
And that's not necessarily a detractor, but it did feel very familiar to me. You want to pick up from this and add to that?
That was my first reaction when I watched the trailer was, oh, this feels exactly like the other IP attraction.
But you have to take away Jack Sparrow.
Live action movie. Yeah.
Because there's no Jack Sparrow character. It's just it has that vibe.
But it has the vibe, especially with the villains and the like curse almost. It kind of seems like there's a curse of the jungle that there's something. It just feels very piratesy to me. The thing to me that will be able to, I don't even know if redeem is the right word because I don't have anything against this right now. I just want to see, a sea connection, the Society of Explorers and Adventurers.
I'm sure there will be there.
I just want to see more like exploration of sea because there's references and they really love to put in references all over the park. I just feel like there hasn't been a lot of like storytelling around sea, if that makes sense.
And this could be the start of an entire new franchise that's based around sea as opposed to Jungle Cruise, which I actually would be more interested in that than having a bunch of Jungle Cruise movies. Like, what if you could build sea and run with that? I think that could be a really fun thing. I also think
there's a lot of very interesting stories to tell around sea.
Mm-hmm.
Like you have Mary Oceaneer, you have the Typhoon Lagoon. Member, I mean, you have all the stories.
That movie needs to be made still. Like that was supposed to. Wasn't that supposed to be a movie?
I think so.
Yeah.
But you have all of these stories that are very interesting. And
so, are they going to put Tom Holland in that movie?
Because he's in the
I just feel like he needs to be in.
What movie is
know.
he in that Nathan Fillion should have had the role? Why can't I think of the name of the video game series? Someone help me here. Sorry, I just had a sidetrack. But yes,
I was just saying it because it's his birthday today. But
happy birthday to Tom Holland.
You're welcome to join us on Geeks Corner anytime you would like. We will geek out about whatever you'd like to talk about.
We don't have to talk about Spider-Man. We'd prefer you don't talk about Spider-Man because you'll probably say something.
Yeah, we don't want to get banned from every Disney media event in the future.
Uncharted. Thank you. That's what I thought it was, but I couldn't think of it fast enough. Thanks.
Very good. Yeah, but anyway, all this to say is it feels familiar. It looks like it's going to be a really fun ride, and I'm really looking forward to seeing where it goes in a month and a half, 2 months.
I think it's going to be enjoyable, even if we walk out going, "Huh, those pirates."
I don't think, and maybe I'll be proved wrong, and that would be nice. Is I don't think I'm going to walk out of this movie being completely blown away and laughing and all that stuff like I did the first Pirates of the Caribbean movie.
So
and granted, I was the only one in the theater that did that because I was in northern Minnesota. But that's okay. It was still a lot of fun. Maybe C goes to space too. Then they can have Joe Rody.
Love a Joe Rody cameo as Harrison Hightower because I think Harrison Hightower is a very compelling villain in the Seaverse.
Watch, he's in this movie. He just walks,
Harrison Hightower.
He just walks by and they reference him. I don't know. That'd be really funny. Yeah, it would be actually.
Actually.
Mm-hmm. Let's move on.
Choo-choo.
This weekend In fact, Friday the 4th, Adventures
Ah!
Campus will be opening at Disney California Adventure, and many of your DAPS Magic team members will be there. We're even going to try to get a group photo, which hasn't happened in a very long time.
Well, because, you know,
we won't have the entire team there,
Nation.
but more than we've had together in at least a year. Right? Yeah.
At least a year and a half.
So Avengers Campus will have 2 attractions when it opens. One of them is already open, obviously, with Guardians of the Galaxy Mission Breakout. And we will soon have also Web Slingers, a Spider-Man adventure. And yes, you will get to do that.
I'm so excited.
We did learn a little bit more about this week. And it's basically they did everything they possibly could to make you feel like a superhero, make you a superhero. And one of the things I found interesting as I was writing the article on this and reading about it is that the attraction when you're on it actually is giving you a action tour of Avengers Campus, like as you're going through things. So that's something to look forward to as we get to experience that. That'll be a lot of fun, along with all the food and everything else that's happening there.
But not the chicken sandwich.
The first thing you have to do, chicken sandwich.
I said, but not the chicken sandwich.
You don't want the chicken sandwich?
We've established that I don't want the chicken sandwich.
Okay. We'll see. Maybe when you see it, you'll change your mind.
There's a lot of coleslaw.
The real trick with it, though, is getting into the land, which we learned today. You will either need to do a standby to get into the land, or if you have a boarding group to get into Spider-Man, that will also get you into the land. It sounds
that
like.
is if the land is at capacity.
If the land, thank you.
These contingencies will come into play. There's a lot of noise going on, guys. DAP Studios is rambunctious.
You know what? They probably didn't hear it.
It's fine.
We've been upping our sound game.
It's funnier if they didn't, actually, because it just seems like I'm crazy.
They might have heard that.
They might have heard that. Anywho, these are going to be contingencies if the land hits capacity, which I think we could potentially see at some point in the afternoon on Friday.
Or morning.
I'm hoping we don't. But it's more than likely opening weekend we're going to see it. So to the right of the entrance, I'm guessing it is along the parade route, there is going to be a standby queue that they'll just let people in, obviously. Standby. But if you have a... leave me alone. If you have a boarding group to go on Web Slingers, you will have to go directly to the attraction if you're not in the land, and then you'll be able to explore Avengers Campus afterwards.
Which in some ways is the perfect way to do it.
I think so.
Yeah. That will be interesting to see how that plays out. And obviously we will be trying at 7 a.m. to get our boarding groups, and we have a secret weapon. So
yeah, thank goodness.
And by secret weapon, we mean a friend named Angela who has very quick thumbs.
Neither of us.
It's true. Like, how the heck? Yeah. Anyway, she has very quick thumbs. And so we're counting on you, Angela. You're our only hope.
Yeah.
I was there. I was trying to work it in a little bit smoother, but it didn't work.
Good.
I also had Airplane.
Uh-huh.
You don't know the movie, never mind.
I've seen half of it.
There's a line where he comes into the cockpit, and I can't remember exactly what it is, but it's something to do, whatever happens, we're counting on you. Good luck, or something like that. I feel like Clocky might know this. Yeah, I'm not sure. Anyway, it'll be an interesting day. We will shoot videos. We will be tweeting. We will
no matter what, we're gonna have fun.
It will be a blast.
Because that's what we do.
Mm-hmm. It's the rules. Like, you have to. It's
actually the rules. If you are not having fun here at DAPS Magic,
you're done.
You are done,
yep.
and
we'll
you are kicked out. You guys ever seen The Weakest Link? That's what happens here at DAP Studios.
Camera goes off. You are the weakest link. Goodbye.
Yeah, my chair is actually on top of a trapdoor. I could fall at any point.
There's buttons I can push over there.
Yeah, you guys thought that was just a bell? Those.
Maybe Egon pushes them. I don't know.
Not Egon!
Hey, better than Adam.
I was going to say, why do you think we haven't seen Adam in a while?
Oh, poor Adam. Yeah, I don't know. Have we seen him? I guess we saw him at Christmas, huh?
Did we see him at Christmas?
Yeah, I think we saw him at Christmas.
I can't keep track of that kid.
That is true. So yeah, Avengers Campus, Friday. It'll be an adventure. I don't know how early we're going to get there.
Friday.
It is going to be very fast.
Yeah, to say the least.
Yeah, it's gonna it'll be
It's
an
kind of
adventure,
scary, but
to say the least. Yeah, it'll be interesting. We also will be covering the opening ceremony tomorrow night, that begins on the Disney Parks blog at 8:15. But we're going to do our own live stream with me and Murray starting around 8:05, and that will be dependent on how quickly I can get out of the Fat Cat Swinger show, because I am a producer / cat wrangler over there. I think that's what they call me.
it's like herding cats.
Adam's too young, Bailey.
Yeah, he's only 5.
It is herding cats, and we have a lot of
love
guests tomorrow night, so it's going to be a lot of fun. But if you haven't checked it out, go to the Fat Cat Swinger YouTube on every Wednesday night at 7 o'clock, and you will see Marco and Mark hosting, and joined occasionally by Mr. Daps, and we have a lot of fun, and it's crazy. Right? Okay.
Yeah.
Speaking of also craziness, is Disneyland's about to get a whole lot crazier. Well, potentially. And June 15th, it will be allowing out-of-state guests to come into both parks. What do you think about this, Caitie? Have fun.
Thanks. I don't see a problem with it. I think that California is doing very well with vaccination rates. I think that other states are doing well with vaccination rates. Disneyland, I believe, has said that even after June 15th, the mask mandate will stay in place. Am I correct on that?
I haven't heard anything different yet.
Oh, I thought it was that they said that. Oh, no, it's just that they've reinstated that that's what their policy is.
Yeah, I think it's just continuing on.
So I hope that after June 15th, mask mandate is going to stay the same. Just because I think that's going to be the safe course of action for now, at least until things get get settled and whatever. So I know there's going to be an influx of people, especially people from like Arizona, because I feel like that's
Utah,
where a lot
Oregon,
of people are
Nevada,
coming from.
Maybe Texas.
There's also a lot of Florida people that are really excited about Avengers Campus. Are you just naming all the states?
Yeah. I know a lot of Florida people that are excited to come out too, and it'll be interesting. I think one of the unintended consequences of all of this is currently, because there's so much pent-up demand, it seems like all the hotels are more expensive. And granted, we've had the ability to save for a year, but it'll be interesting to see if that impacts travel from other places, because there's some decent flights.
Yeah,
it's just you're going to make up for it with the hotels, and
it seems,
especially the Disney ones.
I was gonna say, it seems right now good neighbor hotels are kind of the way to do it.
Yeah. Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how that plays out. I don't actually think it will be a huge difference, because I think the capacity changes are going to happen the same either way, whether it's in-state or out-of-state. And that's incremental, according to Bob Chapek. And so I don't know that we're going to suddenly be like, oh, June 15th, there's now 1 million people here. I think it's going to be not a whole lot different than the 14th or the 16th. I will be curious to see how it's different. Let's say Friday the 4th versus July 17th. Like, because I think that's a pretty good benchmark to see the difference between, like, that's a month and 2 weeks or whatever. And I will be curious to see how much the capacity goes up over the course of those 6 weeks or whatever it is, and how that changes the Disney experience at Disneyland. But
definitely.
Yeah. So the other thing I think that we should really quickly talk about with all of this happening is, with all these people coming to the parks, you basically have to figure out which virtual boarding group you're going to get. Which one would you get? Like, if you had to pick 7 a.m., you've got to get, like, you've got to get a park hopper, probably. If you were going to pick which park and which hopper, or I mean, in which virtual boarding group, what do you think you would go for?
Rise of the Resistance, like Disneyland Rise of the Resistance.
Okay. Which one do you think is going to be more popular as we move forward?
That's hard, because, well, I was going to say, Web Slingers is the shiny new attraction. Honestly, Rise is still the shiny new attraction, because
we've had 2 months of it actually being open.
Yeah. Because it opened in January and Disneyland closed in March.
Yeah.
I think that honestly is dependent on fandom. I think that's which fandom do people
So is this going to be indicative or
pull towards?
like let us know which fandom's bigger at Disneyland?
Possibly.
Okay.
I still think it's gonna be Rise. Just to throw that out there. Because I think that Rise is just a very large scale attraction.
But I almost feel like it's unfair to compare the two in some ways, because to me, I feel like Rise, the scale and the scope of it is more of like a Radiator Springs, and it's almost more fair to compare Rise with Radiator Springs.
That's fair. Yeah,
versus Rise and Web Slingers, which doesn't feel like it has the major, like it doesn't feel like it has the grandiose.
We'll be able to compare Rise to the planned Quinjet attraction.
Yes, I think that seems like it's more of
fair comparison. Which
I will make the prediction today that the Quinjet attraction very conceivably could be the better of the two, like the bigger of the two.
I think that is the true e-ticket attraction of the land. Even though technically I think they would all be classified as e-ticket attractions.
Well, and and it could end up being I could see it becoming the one for the whole park. Like currently, if you're like, what's the best attraction in the park? Racers. You're going to probably say Racers, maybe Soarin'. Some people would say Incredicoaster. But I think the Quinjet, to me, all of them. Like,
well, if it's going to be on the level of Flight of Passage, which I've heard murmurs of similarities with those.
But like, you're on a Quinjet.
But you're on a Quinjet. You're not on a Banshee. You're not saying Sivako. I think that will be a giant mark for the entire resort. Like, I think that it'll be truly competing with Rise of the Resistance at that point.
Yeah, whenever that happens. Roger says, based on availability for the parks during June, there's still days available for DCA compared to Disneyland, especially the one park ticket. That's very interesting to find out. Thank you, Clocky. Golden Zephyr is a classic.
Golden Dreams, starring Whoopi Goldberg.
You know, that's funny. We have the final day video of that up on our YouTube. If you haven't seen it, go watch it. That is the video that just refuses to die. It's from, I think, 2014. Is that right?
Oh,
it's a long time ago. It might be earlier than that.
I graduated high school.
No, I think it was before that, actually.
Because I know they started doing Yes program after it.
I'm forgetting what year it was from. I just tweeted
it. Couldn't have been 2014. No, DCA 1.0 or 2.0
was it 2008?
To 2012. Either 2010 or...
I don't remember when it was. I'm spacing. I just looked at it the other day. But anyway, that video is ridiculously old, and it seems like
get comments so often,
frequently, and it baffles me.
Every time we're like, this is gonna be the last comment. No, like, comments still come rolling in,
and people keep watching it. Like, yeah,
it's fair. It's an extinct attraction. It's like a recent memory extinct attraction.
Yeah,
I guess.
I'm bummed we don't have a Superstar Limo video, though.
You're telling
that was before I had a video camera.
I wish that we had video Superstar.
That was before I had any inkling that we would have a website.
That's true. I mean, it was only open for 10 months.
And it was before YouTube.
I mean, yeah, and it was before DAPs was even invented.
Yep.
There are things pre-DAPs magic, if you could believe it. I can't.
I don't know. That's a very good question. Anyway, we are running out of time for very good questions. Katie, if you can pull it together, what should people do?
Go to dapsmagic.com. Check out all the Disney and geek news as it happens, and subscribe to our mailing list so you don't miss a thing.
That is a very good thing to do. Make sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel so you can see Golden Dreams. Among other things, though, we do have a bunch of videos that continue to be posted by Murray. You'll also not want to miss our live coverage of the Avengers Campus ceremony tomorrow night. Murray and I always make it interesting. You never know exactly what you're going to get when we're covering events like this. You know, you never know. Anything could happen. And we'll also have videos this weekend from Avengers Campus, and you won't want to miss those either. But that is all the time that we have for you this week. So we will see you round the corner.
Bye.